Hello everybody, welcome back to Elden Ring, and so how to's a lot here again. Hopefully I'm going to successfully patch the walkthrough in a little bit. Unfortunately I did push a little bit further ahead with this character than I intended to, and one thing has been done that I won't be able to reverse, unfortunately, as well as I've collected a few items, but hopefully I'll tell you guys where everything is and you'll be all fine. The bad thing is there's a dragon that should be here. It's a mostly injured dragon, and so once you get over there to fight it, it should not be a problem, especially with the range spells you'll have with the mage that you guys are probably following the walkthrough with. In any case, I think we ended at the Dragon Temple lift last episode, so that's where we're going to pick up from. We'll move our way along here. We will, where do we go? We kind of come across this little kind of broken-y bit. We'll make our way to the Grace. In fact, no, it's this Grace first. Sorry, I hope I don't sound too confused. I do know where we're going, it's fine. The biggest thing is hopefully I won't miss any of the important items. If I've already collected things like upgrade stones and stuff, I apologise, but the important kind of unique items we'll definitely be looking at and able to discern, so it shouldn't be a problem. Obviously we're just going to make a run around here. This is my greatsword build. It is doing phenomenally well, I have to say. Anybody that says the mage build is the easy way to play the game, I have to say greatsword is like a million times easier. Maybe not a million, that's a bit obscene. In most situations the greatsword comes out on top. Like in all these situations here, like where we're having to fight against enemies and stuff, being able to just run in, hit something twice and have it fall over is kind of crazy to me after playing with the mage. Where are we? So we're looking for the broken path across. Why can't I see it? Here we are, that's what I'm looking for. So that item there on the left should be the Dragon Scale Talisman +2. Now I've already gotten you guys, or should have anyway, gotten you guys the Great Dragon Crest Talisman, which is like a +3 version. We'll grab it anyway, just so we've got it. Also made a way Aquas. Sorry about that, I don't know why I just said that really weird. Start dealing with the rest of the enemies. I don't know why you haven't woken up, that's real weird. I don't think there's anything here on this left side. There's probably an item or something to pick up. There's nothing significant that I need to warn everybody about. Oh, that's something else that I'm going to have defeated. It's the Crucible Knight. Doll. Excuse me, out of the way. So we're just going to clear up to the top. This is mostly optional coming up here, but I feel like we should cover it anyway. Dun, 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 dun. Smash everything. There we go, it's got some cured meat. Then this is kind of just the way back to where we came from. Not that I find it to be of particular importance. Well, they're probably quite useful if you're in a PvP situation. I imagine this place as an arena is kind of cool. So that done, we can go back down the stairs. I've just realised there are in fact 2 enemies that I've defeated that are singular enemies. Unfortunately, one of them is a Crucible Knight, which will be through here. Again, it's a standard Crucible Knight. There really isn't very much difference to it. And then once you've beaten the Crucible Knight, hopefully you guys will pause the video whilst you do that. Then you can continue. The way to continue, in my opinion, is to come up here. So you can jump across here for an upgrade stone, which you'll get from this. You could obviously, if you want to, opt to not even fight the Crucible Knight. You can just jump over the fence on the side straight to the Grace. Or you can fight the Crucible Knight, have the ability to jump over here for an upgrade stone, and then come on over to the Grace. Once you're rested here, you're going to want to drop on down. Quite a lot of eagles here, and it's up to you if you want to clear them all out. There's going to be one that wants to jump at you from the side, which is why the other one is there as a bit of bait. It doesn't aggro particularly quickly. Excuse me. Get down. We can jump over this way, we'll have a few more. Where are you? Oh, you're here. Usually aggro is way earlier than that. Below us is a set of Arteria leaves, so if you're collecting those, you'll have Arteria leaves down here. I don't know if I've actually collected this kind. Why are you not aggroing? That's real weird. Yeah, here we go. Arteria leaves. So at this point then, you will likely be coming under fire from the giant dragon. Unless you use the Assassin's Gambit and keep it up all the way down. It'll be trying to fire lightning out of the ground at you. So I pretty much recommend just ignoring most of this stuff here. There are a lot of eagles and you can choose to range them. Loretta's longbow is pretty useful for that. If you want to, you know, take a few of these out early, you can do. But realistically speaking, you're just going to want to come over this way and run straight for the feet of the dragon. This is a fairly usual dragon fight and is easier than the one that you'll have already faced when you came into the area, with the main difference just being that a couple of eagles might try and come in on you. But the dragon's flame can hit the eagles anyway, so whilst you're fighting it, most of them will likely die. Once we've done that, we can head on up the hill. Just here. We can grab ourselves some extra loot. You really shouldn't need the golden seed. You can get the smithing stone 7. Again, it's up to you if you really want to deal with all these eagles. I'm not too big of a fan of them, so I'll just take the ones out that get in my way. Excuse me. Mind leaving us alone? It's like I was like, yeah, the greatsword's good at everything. Yeah, it's not good at these, unfortunately. Well, it does just fine. It's my own fault for not bringing ranged with me. This character also does pretty good with the great bow. From there then, we're going to want to drop off this way. Unfortunately, I've already looted most of this area down here, so you'll just have to take my word on where stuff is, unfortunately. I'm going to want to come all the way down. Make sure you hit the platforms. If you try skipping one, it's usually a death, so just make sure you drop down nice and calmly. Buff yourself up before coming around here. This is realistically the only enemy down here we need to fight. Well, the only type of enemy, should I say. If we're quick, we can finish off a few more of these knights and maybe have an easier time grabbing some. Let's just I think slightly better. So if you kill this, then just wait here. You should have a knight that comes down. You can hear it patrolling. You coming? Doesn't seem to want to. Nope, just decided not to. It's real strange. Usually that comes down for me. Okay, well, having both of them next to each other like that is going to be pretty funny because Great Sword is just so good. With those two dealt with, then you can come over this way. This will be the Dragon Tower Shield. And then we can head on up the lift. Let me just get this down. And then we can head on up this lift. This should lead us to the... this will lead us to the Dragon Bolt Talisman +2. This gives you 20% lightning resistance in PvE. It's drastically reduced in PvP, so I probably wouldn't use it for that. There's a Crucible Knight here, but I really don't recommend fighting it. I think it just drops a rune item. But usually it has some beastmen to fight. I don't know why they weren't actually already aggroed on each other. Usually they are. But we can just basically pass through this room and they'll all fight each other. Pretty much just leave us alone. Crucible Knight wrecks them, so it's basically just some free runes. Oh, they're actually chasing us up. I didn't realise they did that. That's the first time one of those has followed me up. Excuse me. It's dropped something right now. It's just annoying. Okay, so to defeat this, and right here will be the Bolt Drake Talisman +2. Now, of course, if you're really feeling like you need to heal, you can go back to the Grace. There are going to be a considerable amount of enemies still ahead of us as we take the main path. And obviously with the dragon dead and having faced maybe a few tough enemies, you may want to have a reset of your healing ability. But this character is tough enough to take it probably. So we're going to head up this way to the right. Oh yeah, and I probably shouldn't forget as well, up in that pagoda over there, there will be a sombering ancient dragon stone, so make sure you collect that as well. This is what I'm saying, I need to make sure that I just remember where everything is. As I went a little bit too far, I do apologise. I'm going to come down this way. Just deal with these as we continue forward. Do you mind not doing that? Damn it! You're gonna die. Maybe not. Bloodhound step saves the day. I was gonna say how you're still alive. Alright, there we are. Let's get some. Oops. Went for a blue. Now, coming over this bit is probably a little bit precarious. There is an enemy that's going to run out, as you can see. It's going to want to throw stuff at us. As the mage, take it out from here. That's exactly what I would advise. Luckily for me, I got poise with this character. It doesn't always work, but sometimes it's good. Take note of just, I think it's over here near where the trees are. There's a bit we can drop off onto later. This is the route to Placid Dusex. It's a secret boss. I don't know exactly when that becomes unlocked, but right now we're going to leave it for later on in the game. Quite a lot of enemies in here, so just be careful. This one here is the one you want to get rid of first. So take that out. And if you want to fight the rest of them, just, you know, make some space for yourself. It's the mages that make all of this kind of anywhere near even painful. This guy shouldn't be an issue realistically now. Oh, I didn't realize you had that much reach. Caught me off guard there. I didn't think it was going to get that far, otherwise I'd have dashed further back. It's going to allow us to grab the Somber Stone Miner's Bell 5. Then we can head on up to the top. Got another lift here. Obviously, most of the enemies you just saw us fighting, we don't actually need to fight. You can just run past most of it to here. It's straight up the lift. Cool, so let's head on up. It's going to get us to the final grace before the boss. So I do recommend definitely taking a rest at this one. So now we have two paths to look after. The first one, well, they both kind of start going the same way, so we're going to come on up the stairs. Do a U-turn on ourselves. Coming all the way down. We don't really even need to make a jump, look, as you can see. As we're coming down these stairs, there's an enemy that's kind of sleeping below us. It doesn't usually wake up, I don't know what its purpose is. But we're going to kill it anyway. I assume when the one out here would ambush you, maybe this one would come out, but I've never left it to know when exactly these aggro. So with that all collected, we can jump on over here. I missed just that again. And then we can summon the lift up. This tile should look somewhat familiar. Below us should basically be the eagles. You can see where the Crucible Knight was before. Look, we had the eagle that tried to ambush us earlier on in the area. We're just going to nip down to the bottom for an armor set. Just all the way down. Come on out to the left. Chest in the corner. The knight set, dragon knight set. It's quite a cool set actually. I like this armor set. So from here we want to fast travel back to beside the Great Bridge. Then from here we're going to head back pretty much in the same direction. Just coming around this way, like so. Again, I just never give them a chance. Can't help it. Drop me his curved sword. I don't know if that's any good or not. Next up then, ensure that you have exhausted what's his name? Recusant Bernahl's dialogue over at the Volcano Manor. In addition to that, make sure you have completed all of the Volcano Manor missions and everything else, and that you've defeated Rykard in whichever order that you want that to happen in. If you don't exhaust his dialogue, you won't invade. I think I've done it on this character. I can't remember if we have. We'll find out shortly enough. We'll just need to kind of come onto the bridge. Wait a second about here. And you really do want to wait a second because if you go in there and aggro these guys and then have Mr. Recusant Bernahl coming along with us as well, that'll be pretty bad. Nope, looks like you need to go speak to him. Right, bear with me for 1 second. Ready for it. Here he is. Give this guy, he can hurt quite a lot. I think his weapon heals him. So just be careful of that. I should have prepared really. I haven't used any of my like physic or boosting abilities. No! Stop that. Okay, you know what? That's probably the worst one I could have used, but never mind. Stop that, cheeky. Yeah, here's a good time. Let's get that on. No. Okay, so with Recusant Bernahl down, you can see we get Blasphemous Claw, Devour Scepter, and a bunch of armor stuff. Real good. Make sure you do this. This is just like, yeah, real nice, really. Was that done then? We now have another gang to deal with in here. Hopefully I'm all buffed up. Quick, out the way. Yes, didn't underestimate you that time, did I? Big one. And in here we should have the Old Lord's Rune? Talisman even? Old Lord's Talisman, yes. This is one of the main reasons we needed this in the walkthrough, because that is trophy related. In any case, that leaves us with basically fast traveling back to the Grace, which is where the next episode should pick up from. I apologise, there were a couple of enemies that I didn't demonstrate fighting, but hopefully that shows you where everything is and means that you don't miss anything on your walkthrough. See you in the next one, guys!